let's see what the day holds for you. Your daily horoscope is brought to you with the kind compliments of Jyoti's Puja Store of Main Road, Chase Village, for all your puja needs. Aries, you are compatible with another Aries or Leo. You feel confident and that gives you a more optimistic look. This will help you to better resolve situations that might have been proven problematic. You will be pleasantly surprised by the results of your actions. Taurus, you are compatible with Cancer or Virgo. Today's stars raise your mood and favor your plans. The planets have a positive influence on you, giving you something to cheer about and ensuring that all your designs come to a happy conclusion. Gemini, you are compatible with Aries and Leo. You would do well to keep your distance from people and events today and keep yourself to yourself. Circumstances will be trying today, and if you try to change things, all that you will achieve is to irritate and stress yourself out. Opt out of it all. Leave matters as they are and stay calm. This will help you to have a better day. Cancer, you are compatible with Taurus and Virgo. It's a day for spending time with your nearest and dearest, the people with whom you are under a lot of pressure recently. Spending time in this manner will prove to be rejuvenating, and you plans. Leo, you are compatible with Aries, Sagittarius, and Leo. Bring to bear all your logic to analyze the situation and then, with a sound planning, decide on the next steps to take. Meanwhile, put in place a schedule in order to arrange your workload in a sensible manner, not forgetting to pencil in some time to rest and recharge your batteries. Virgo, you are compatible with Taurus and Capricorn. All your attention is on problems at work, which cause such great stress and insecurity that you are losing your way professionally speaking. Ask for help from colleagues and co-workers. You will see that they will offer it willingly, untying your hands and allowing you to finally move forward and let your life move forward and improve each day. Libra, you are compatible with Gemini and Leo. You have great expectations, but your apathy is really not helping much. You won't get anywhere if you don't take the initiative. Your goals are really quite ambitious, but your talents and abilities are equally impressive. Make the most of them and you will see your dreams become reality. Scorpio, you are compatible with Cancer and Pisces. You have made some mistakes recently, and it is all because you are so very tired. Well, you are called to make up for these mistakes now, and urgently so, or to face the consequences. Your life circumstances are far from ideal at the moment. There's general upheaval and confusion, and you will have to get everything you have hot if you are to pull through. Sagittarius, you are compatible with Aries and Leo. You won't feel up for much today, so you are better off taking some time off and carrying out an inner dialogue with yourself. Take stock of your life, review the situation, and clarify matters in your head. This will help you shift your perspective and reconsider your strategy, bringing you that much closer to success. Capricorn, you are compatible with Taurus and Virgo. Many unforeseen developments take place in your life today. These bring pleasant surprises, upsetting your schedule and helping you see things from a fresh and more positive perspective. This will allow you to reorganize yourself and adopt new and productive strategies that will help you advance. Aquarius, you are compatible with Gemini and Libra. You've been a little flaky in your behavior, putting your work off and leaving all your responsibilities and obligations to pile up. Now, at the 11th hour, you're under great pressure to discharge all of your tasks all at once. This is short, so you'll need to organize and discipline yourself in order to get things done and find relief. Pisces, you are compatible with Taurus and Cancer. You're feeling very sociable today, and this will help you improve your relationships. It will also help you widen your social network, bringing you into contact with powerful and worthwhile people. And that's your horoscope for today. Join me tomorrow morning, same time, on New 97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio for your daily horoscope, brought to you with the kind compliments of Jyoti's Puja Store of Chase Village for all your puja needs. Remember to love yourself, know your strengths, and find your purpose in life. Let your day start with a smile and positive thoughts to make your day a more productive one. This is Irma wishing you a safe, blessed, and positive day ahead. Good morning.
And that's your dose of your daily horoscope with Uma Ratan Singh. You can join her again tomorrow at the same time, where we bring you your daily horoscope, courtesy Jyoti's Puja Store. I am Kenrick Juggernaut. Up next, well, we'll take a look at what are some of the major stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Stay with us here, 975.
Jyoti's Puja Store is your one-stop puja store for all puja, wedding and cremation materials. Also available books, mithai and murtis made to order. Visit Jyoti's Puja Store today and be greeted with the kindest and most courteous staff with best prices and secured parking. Jyoti's Puja Store located at 542 Southern Main Road, Chase Village, Shigwanas. Contact 671-3849.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus, my name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
My faith.
You, 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on New 97.5 FM.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNL.
Yes, and a very good morning, Trinidad and Tobago, and thank you very much for choosing 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper as your radio of choice. I am Kenrick Jaggernaut, and yes, both Nicole Duki and myself, well, we will be taking you until the hour of 9 this morning as we look at some of the issues of the day, the challenges facing us here in Trinidad and Tobago, and also invite you, the listening audience, into our conversation. Note that you can call us this morning at 636-7547, 227-5739, and you can also WhatsApp us at 378-4975. Let me repeat those numbers: 636-7547, 227-5739, and 378-4975. Those are the numbers to get into our program right here, 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. Note that we are broadcasting to you live from Couva in central Trinidad, the energy capital, Exchange Lots to be exact. Let me say a very special good morning to all of our international audience streaming live with us this morning. Let me thank Shiva Parasram for the work that he has been doing thus far in bringing us into your homes via YouTube. Yes, you can catch us on YouTube at RCLU975. Yes, U975 FM Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Good morning, people. Good morning, and thank you very much for choosing us as your medium of choice. At this time, let's take a look at what some of the major stories as published in today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Today it's Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. And today's edition, well, it's 48 pages in total. A very graphic photograph on the front cover of today's edition, depicting two brothers, yes, Ahloy Hunt and Gary Hunt, as the campaign solicits support ahead of the local government election. They've been pounding the ground so far in the St. Joseph constituency. Ahloy Hunt is the UNC's candidate for the St. Joseph constituency, and he is coming up against Minister of Health Terence D'Alsing, a very hotly contested constituency indeed. That photograph is published on the front cover of today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. Now, this is a very interesting story, and the update we have for you here is that the principal ordered to remove laptop from book list. That story circulated yesterday afternoon. It was published in one of the newspapers here this morning. But the update is that the Ministry of Education has instructed the San Juan North Secondary School principal to rescind a Form 2 2020-2021 book list which had asked parents of these students to purchase a laptop for the school next term. Now, that's an interesting development there, so we'll continue to keep you abreast, up to speed, as that story unfolds in the coming days. The story is on page 3, so you can catch the details there. Stranded Jamaicans beg government, please, we want to go home. That story is published on page 4. Ministry, we are dealing with requests. And an interesting story: 2 new COVID-19 cases, 1 imported, 1 pending. This country has 2 new confirmed cases of COVID-19, 1 imported, and the trace history of the second case still pending following investigations. Interesting developments taking place there. And again, I maintain my position that the borders should not be reopened at this time. And nationals wanting to come home, well, I maintain there's a process. We cannot accept all of these people who want to come home at this time. Kamla Prasad Bisesa, bad roads, crime, economy among main issues, suffering not alleviated. That story is on page 5. And yeah, this should be of interest to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, especially those of you who are sympathizers of the Pandays. In this respect, Michaela Pandey. Well, Michaela Pandey is stating to us this morning that she will start campaign after the August 10 general election. Yeah, she's preparing for the 2025 general election. So that story is on page 5. You can catch it there. San Fernando to get 1,000 space, $118 million car park. CPEP maintains step-down facilities. Those stories on page 5. And this is a very interesting story also too. Devant Maharaj, a former minister in the People's Partnership Administration, well, he is taking the ministry to court. Show me the border exemption list. This, according to the story on page 7. The government's border exemption policy is being challenged in court by UNC activist Devant Maharaj, who wants a list of those who were given permission to return to Trinidad and Tobago. He also wants copies of all applications which were approved by the National Security Minister since the borders were closed in March. That story is on page 7. Yes, remember you can go outside there and purchase your copy of today's edition of the Newsday newspaper. It's a chock full of news, views, interviews, and you can also catch up on the latest in the world of sports. So as we continue to take a look at what is happening in today's edition, talks on COVID-19, school measures ongoing. This according to the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Roshan Parasram. The Ministry of Health is awaiting feedback from the Ministry of Education over the implementation of safety guidelines pending the full reopening of schools in September. Chief Medical Officer Dr. Roshan Parasram made this announcement while responding to questions about the state of safety protocols in place at schools to reduce the chances of infection. Very interesting story indeed. You should get your copy today of the Newsday and read of all of the details. Pan American Health Organization directors dire warning: chronic diseases to worsen post-COVID. And please note, people, the Met Office is monitoring a tropical depression. Let me share this with you. The Met Office is monitoring a tropical depression, the 7th of the current hurricane season, which was upgraded from a low-pressure system to a tropical depression by 5 p.m. last afternoon. A release from the Met Office at around 5 p.m. stated that the TD, that is the tropical depression, was located approximately 2,285 kilometers east of the Windward Islands, centered near 9.8 north, 40.4 west. The system is moving west-northwest at 13 kilometers an hour with maximum sustained winds of 55 kilometers an hour. So we'll be following this story. We'll keep you abreast, up to speed as to what is happening with the system. So stay with us here. 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. I have a caller here on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning to you.
And good morning to you, Kenrick.
And well,
And I hope that everything all right with you, my brother, and prepare yourself for the storm. You understand? I always tell people, secure your home, secure your animals, and so forth.
What storm are you talking about? The tropical depression or the political storm?
Yes. No. I'm a political man.
All right, go ahead. What's on your mind?
There are time, that we have to be, advise our people what they already know, and remind them how important it is to secure the home and so forth. And especially people living in the low-lying area, because rivers and ravines and how it name and drains, so they get clean still.
All right,
Kenrick,
cut the cheese. Get to your point.
Kenrick,
yeah.
I see a post that come up on the news last night. Some people lie down money train on them, and they're accusing the UNC part of it. I remember in 2010, I tried to bring back your memories. In 2010, in Barataria, Sawa Barataria, they had posters stick up with Mrs. Kamla Prasad Bissessa lie down, and Jack Warner running out the window with a bag of money and Dukaran was coming through the front door. And they degrade that lady to the very end. You understand? They total kind of mannequin, they make all kind of sari and thing in Shogunas and Ellingwood 500. You know, and they degrade Mrs. Kamla Prasad, the sister, so much. You know, I just ask myself the question, why is it that they're degrading women especially? And they're making up things and they're framing up things. And they're making it look like it is real. You understand? This election is not about who and them and me and you. This election is about issue. The issue is about what you expect in this coming 5 years. And if you want to accept the same thing, then my friend, go back and do over and over the same thing. But
all right, well, I hear you, my friend. I do not want to get involved in that at this time in the morning because I need to get into some commercials. But you can call me back and we'll look at some of the issues of the day. I've been trying to get in touch with Arnold Ram, who is the UNC's candidate for Caroni Central. But thus far, I've been unable to get him on the line. I'm also trying to get onto Winston Gypsy Peters, the People's National Movement candidate for the constituency of Moruga Tablan. But no luck thus far. The number given to me, well, apparently it's the wrong number, or these people would have changed their numbers. Anyway, we'll move on with our conversation after these messages from our studio here in Couva in Central Trinidad. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper.
You, 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
You can now listen to business news Monday to Fridays at 5 p.m. Get updated on all the latest business developments. Tune in to U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio, where we keep you informed, educated, and entertained.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, yeah. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name, it's a PNM pen, a PNM pen. I want you sign my name, it's a PNM pen. We vote in PNM.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Yes, indeed, and welcome to today's edition of the morning program, You Talk on 975 FM with yours truly, Kenrick Jargonaut and Nicole Dookie. And as I told you before, we will be taking you until the hour of 9 this morning as we look at some of the issues of the day. Well, for the past couple of weeks, we've been offering most of the candidates from most of the political parties an opportunity to share their thoughts and to share their views, to let us know what are their plans to move the constituency forward. This morning I've been trying to get in touch, as I said, with Arnold Ram, the UNC's candidate for Caroni Central, but thus far we would have failed to get him on the line. But we'll continue to look at the issues of the day and keep you abreast of all of the political developments taking place in the country. A very interesting story came to the fore yesterday where Minister of National Security Stuart Young is remaining very, very concerned about human traffickers, that is human trafficking in this country. Well, it's not a new story. It's something which we would have developed here and keep abreast on the morning program. The number of immigrants entering into Trinidad and Tobago through quote-unquote the porous borders. We would have made an issue of this, and we would have called on the authorities of the day to ensure that there's enough security to maintain that these borders, more so down in the southwest of Trinidad and in the deep south, that they are plugged, so to speak, of course, because with COVID-19 in the air, thus far we would have recorded 139 positive cases. With COVID-19 in the air, it is important that we keep our borders tight and locked down. So the story said at least 66 Venezuelans entered Trinidad and Tobago illegally in the last 5 days. Now that's a very frightening figure. So it brings into question this morning, where is our security? We would have been promised that there would be additional security to maintain or patrol these areas. But thus far, at least 66 Venezuelans entered Trinidad and Tobago illegally in the last 5 days. And I said to you on many occasions on this very same program that these people are being facilitated to enter into our country by senior police officers, and more so by some nationals of this country who benefit from this trade. And I am saying, or rather calling on the authorities of the day, to ensure that when these people are caught in the act, that they be prosecuted. But it's very difficult to do that indeed. So the story said, Minister of National Security says he is disturbed by the number of locals involved in human trafficking rings between Trinidad and Tobago and Venezuela. Well, it's not a new story, It's not a new story. It has been ongoing for the longest while. How are we able to put a lid on this matter? How are we prepared to challenge this matter is another question altogether. So to go on national television and issue press releases and things, that does not bring comfort to me or the people of Trinidad and Tobago. It's a very serious matter indeed. So we'll keep you abreast as that story develop in the coming days. Now, former PNM government minister Gary Hunt, he is quite visible on the ground in the last couple of days, lending support to his brother Aloy Hunt, who is the UNC's candidate for the St. Joseph constituency. But let me throw your mind back to many years ago. Is this the same Gary Hunt who was allegedly involved in a $2 million flag? I'm sure that some of you would have, that would have escaped some of you. Yeah, Gary Hunt, allegedly involved in a $2 million flag, and that would have been a sore point in his career. It was articulated in the public domain, more so in the media. Let's take a caller here on the line. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call. You need to call us back at 636-7547, 227-5739. Okay, we have the caller back on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Ms. Dookie, and morning, Mr. Kennedy.
Hi, good morning, friend. What's happening?
Hi there. How are you this morning?
I'm doing fine this morning.
You know something? You know what has me very frightening this morning after hearing the news? That They're not saying it's imported. That case that they can't. So that means that somewhere in Trinidad there may be someone
fall through the crack.
Excuse me?
Fall through the crack.
Yes, sir. Or could be someone who had it and outside and probably caught it back. We don't know. So now we need tracing. And now we have you see, this import of Venezuelans. We don't know if we don't know if it's a male or a female who have it. But these people have to be crazy. So I see just recently they've tried to pass some law to charge because the men that they're holding him actually I don't think they had a sufficient charge to charge them. So I think they went to the parliament or something and brought some kind of matter where they could really charge you for being in that sort of, what you call that, human trafficking. You know, I don't think citizens of this country. But you know another thing I look at, Mr. Kenrick?
No, but the thing about it, you have some citizens of this country
deliberately doing this thing, you know.
Yeah, who do not look at what is the best interest of Trinidad and Tobago, you know, but just to fatten their pocket. Note that when these people are caught, it is a cost to the state, to taxpayers.
Oh, come on, especially in this time. So now that is why I see Mr. Manning had bought the blimp. But UNC government sold the blimp, and so now I could have put the blimp outside, or I could have put our OPV outside for how many days on that one particular border and search everything that moved.
No, the fact that Minister Stuart Young is telling us over 66 Venezuelans entered this country in the last 5 days.
That means for you to know how much, that means that I apprehend them. As you know, we would know how much.
And then remember, we had at least about 12 Venezuelans who were arrested some time ago.
Something they was looking for.
In Palo Seco. So the question begs to be asked, how come these people are entering into the country and we would have been given the assurance by the relevant authorities that the borders are being, let's say, manned on a 24-hour basis?
Well,
how come?
You could try to do that in Mr. Kenrick. The fishermen and them who out there. Imagine that just recently, the government running down a man with some birds. Instead of the man, like, the birds. There's birds, you know. They're running from a Coast Guard vessel with birds. You could open the cage and let them go. You show them overboard.
All right. So how do we challenge this? What are your recommendations?
Mr. Manning had everything in place to solve this problem from a long time. As I just outlined, we had a blimp, we have a 24 radar business, and the UNC in its reincarnation and the People's Partnership disassembled all of that. We had OPVs already paid for, one on the way, and they sent it back. Had to buy Damian vessels and went to China in smog and give you another one that up to now can't sail, but they're telling me the government didn't do that. But you know something again I want to point out, Mr. Kenrick. When the UNC started their campaign, the political campaign, and they had on the television, they showed me how they was going to re-incentivize WASA. They were going to do the same to Port Authority, privatize all these institutions. But you know, last night I said, I'm not watching them for the past how many days, and they took out that piece of ad out of their campaign. So are they trying to fool this? Because you started with one thing, and all of a sudden that one thing has changed. And you have a whole new vision to create 50,000 new jobs. Trinidadians, where are you going to create 50,000 jobs in this turn? Now, the European Union some night has now understand how they decide to finance itself.
All right, let's leave it there for a while. I want to stick with this story for a bit. Minister Young said this is as a result of 66 Venezuelans entering into Trinidad and Tobago illegally in the last 5 days. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Kenrick.
And good morning to you, sir.
Want to tell Mr. Marataria, if they put diesel in the 12 boats that park up in Strovers Bay, that will help a lot to block the border. Don't come and talk about OPV and all this rubbish, you know. Thank you.
All right, friend. Well, thank you very much for your contribution here with me this morning. Yes, Minister Young said the Coast Guard has continued to do its best to protect Trinidad and Tobago's maritime borders. He said, quote, "We are using all available assets, including the coastal radar system. There have been a number of successful interceptions of boats attempting to bring illegal immigrants into Trinidad within recent times. Some of these vessels are escorted back to Venezuela and some, depending on the circumstances, are escorted to Trinidad. But furthermore, he added, and this should be of interest to you, what is disturbing is the number of Trinidadians involved in these human trafficking schemes. Interesting, eh? Very interesting. So again, we continue to look at this issue, illegal immigrants entering into Trinidad and Tobago through the porous borders. We are again calling on the authorities to increase or step up their security patrols. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hey, morning, Mr. Kenny. We got Miss Nicole,
she is engaged in something else, my friend.
Another one. Once she good.
Yeah,
she's
she's
going on. The other ask us about you when you hear about them, Mr. Kenny. If I hear you, I'm going to find out what's going on with you.
Yes,
all right.
Yeah.
But the challenge with this border thing with the Venezuelans, once you have the Trinidadians that involved in the trade, remember, they will call Venezuelan, they will time, I know, remember, the people down there who involved in this thing, they know the timing of the Coast Guard, they know the whole pattern. So once Trinidadians involved in that, there's even, no matter the best lookout you have, the best security system you have, they will have a slip through. So the challenge is they may have to have some heavy fine for when they catch Trinidadians involved in bringing in people. Because the danger now, the people coming here, see this COVID thing, that's the challenge we are right there. If it wasn't for COVID, I mean, it would not be so, so urgent. Don't mind it's a bad thing, but at the end of the day, with this COVID thing, it's a real dread thing. Real dread. So that's the only deterrent they could have maybe real heavy fines for the people that are caught doing the transporting and the involvement.
All right, but on another note, and I want to raise this with you this morning because I know you are very concerned as to what are the challenges facing students as school is set to reopen in September. This matter concerning laptop, where it is being stated in one of the newspapers here this morning that the Ministry of Education has instructed the San Juan North Secondary School principal to rescind a Form 2 2020-2021 booklets which had asked parents of these students to purchase a laptop.
Well, Mr. Kenneth, I think if I were the principal at school, I go in that way, right? What would I have done? You'd have had some consultation before with the students and with these parents, and because at the end of the day, maybe they want to have a system of they want to have a postal online thing, because that going in other schools, but they wouldn't really complain like that. So maybe he did it on his own without a consultation.
No, but as a principal, you ought to know the cost of a laptop is between $5,000 and $6,000, and in this Guava season, you are putting further pressure on the parents and guardians of these students.
So I think the concern there will be the cost of the laptop to the parent, because that have a big burden for a parent. You were expecting that, this September. So what we go in there is he had a right to adjust it in his local way, because there may be parents who can afford to buy it, and there are those who would like to have it, but they can't afford to buy it.
No, it should not be mandatory. It ought to be an option. Yes.
It should be optional.
All right. Okay, friend.
All right. Yeah, take care.
All right. Thank you very much. Well, just to add to that story, when contacted, an official in the ministry confirmed that is the Ministry of Education confirmed the authenticity of the list, but added that the laptop is not a part of the regulation, so it is not a requirement on a book list. To this end, the ministry official said that the school's principal was contacted and instructed to withdraw the list. I mean, as principal, you cannot do things arbitrarily. You must have proper consultation with the Ministry of Education and, by extension, other stakeholders, in this respect, parents and guardians. You cannot make a decision like that and issue such an instruction. Something has to be totally wrong. Anyway, let's take some commercials here this morning, and when we come back, we'll continue with our discussion. 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Stay with us here.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo for all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
Mendes Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
You 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
On the road again with U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio. Yes, we're back with our road shows. Be part of the U975 FM bandwagon as we bring you live broadcasts from locations throughout the country. Come enjoy our company with music, entertainment, and lots of giveaways. Stay with the U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio for greater programming as we hit the road again.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
All will be fine. Look, we made the right choice every time. Still a job to be done and a race to be won, and we know we will win every time. Just keep the faith, heads up high. We're together in this, you and I. Yes, the job will be done and the race will be won, and we know we will win every time. And we go vote for the love of we country. We go vote to protect the treasury. Vote is only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TNT. PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM. Only way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Join us on the journey to the polls. Find out about the candidates, the campaigns, the promises, and much more. You can now listen to your daily dose of politics, Mondays to Fridays at 1 p.m. right here on U97.5, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Just about 5 minutes here to the hour of 7 o'clock. And note, that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Mr. Rajendra Ramprasad, who is the People's National Movement candidate for the constituency of Couva South. Well, as we try to keep you abreast of the developments taking place in the country as we continue to focus on election 2020. Now, there's a very interesting development place being taken, or rather, a very interesting story. Program manager of the Unemployment Relief Program, well, that is URP, Indar Parasram, who, by the way, is no relation to our very own Shivaram Parasram. Yes, Indar Parasram yesterday denied claims that the PNM has been using the URP's El Socorro office to register people for food cards and hampers. Now, I raised that with you because I said to you on some time back that in this country, we should rename the country, because all we think about is hampers and food cards. Gimme syndrome. And as we are into the silly season, so to speak, you will hear all sort of claims being made. All sort of claims, allegations, political blows being fired on the various platforms and so on. But are the real issues of the day being articulated? What are the real issues of the day? Most of the candidates who I spoke to this morning talk about poor representation, lack of basic infrastructure, health care, garbage collection, the issue of crime, the issue of education, and traffic gridlock all over the country. These are some of the issues which candidates talk about. But the question begs to be asked, what are the recommendations? What are the solutions? Are there any solutions to these challenges? Well, let's hear what this caller has to say to us. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Morning. Can I call you back after you?
No, go ahead now. Go ahead. I have time for you. Go ahead.
Right. UNC started advertising on the program, has it?
Well, no, not yet.
Oh, okay. So they still know they're just taking free publicity when they could get it.
No, well, it's not a matter of free publicity. My role here, or rather our role here, is to give people the opportunity to say what is on their mind. It's not really about campaigning. Yes, go ahead.
I'm not talking about the election time. No, I know before the election, every time they want to get something, they're going to be there in order to call your station.
Uh-huh.
Right, but when time to advertise the money, they don't. But I hope Bank Village and Brian Bay could answer that question. Mm-hmm. Right? The next thing.
No, but hold on. We have been fair to them. We have offered them a package. We have offered all political parties packages and so on. Because because as a media house, it is important that we reach out to these parties. Yes.
Right, but one party did accept. Right?
Yes, go ahead.
Right. I called yesterday and you were talking about the petrol train and asking the PNM candidates, why petrol. So that was a very good suggestion or comment. But I want to ask the other side this. Has the UNC indicated if they're going to address the issue of cane farmers and Carney Limited should they win the election?
Well, the only thing concerning cane is that they said that to some measure they will restart the sugar factory in some form or fashion.
Yeah, but that doesn't deal with the outstanding issue. Agree with me?
Yes, of course.
And I think Kamala Prasad Bissessa ought to come out openly and say how she's going to deal with that issue.
Uh-huh.
For them it's probably not an issue anymore, right? But I think they should address that.
No, but I won't blame her, or I don't blame her for actually touching on that. You know why? Mm-hmm. Because even these very same people who stands to benefit from this measure have not opened their mouth. They have not said anything apart from Mr. Nirvan Maharaj. Nobody else.
That's true. The other.
I asked. No, hold on. I asked the question. Where's Sukaran Tambi?
Where all those people who are fighting for the issue? Election call all them gone to support either the UNC or the PNM and staying quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But my last issue I want to make, last point I want to make. I think Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, hold on. Just pause a bit. Call me back after the 7 o'clock hour, all right?
Take care, no problem.
And we'll continue with our discussion. Stay with us here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Up next is the 7 o'clock newscast with Nicole Dookie. Stay with us here, 975.
Please hang up and...
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 975 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
The This is the 7 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Nicole Dookie. Good morning. Government will spend an estimated $118 million on a new car park for the city of San Fernando. On Tuesday, the Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago signed for and received a deed for the car park. The land on which the car park will be constructed belongs to the Southwest Regional Health Authority. It was leased to UDICOT for 199 years. This 80-story facility would provide a large number of parking spaces. It will also include designated spots for the differently abled. UDICOT's Deputy Chair Jacqueline Gantom Farrell said she expects the facility to ease the traffic woes in the southern city.
And 2 cars parked with elevators, wireless cash payment system, security and video surveillance, and it will be built by UDICOT.
Meanwhile, Chair of the SWRHA, Valerie Arlene Rollins, welcomed the initiative.
In the making for some time, but nothing happens before its time. And we are happy to be part of this event today that will see not only relief of the parking for the waterfront project, but also assist in relieving some of the parking woes we have had at the San Fernando General Hospital.
Education Minister Anthony Garcia has chaired a virtual meeting of critical stakeholders on Tuesday. The meeting was held to discuss the reopening of all schools on September 1st. It included the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, the National Primary Schools Principal Association, and other interest groups. In a statement, the Ministry of Education said participants give suggestions on the new normal come September and raised their respective concerns. They expressed concerns over the realities of the day-to-day operation of class in the new academic year. Areas addressed include teacher training, physical distancing, rotation of students, home-based learning, Ministry of Health guidelines, etc. In some other news, Energy Minister Franklin Khan said the oil business is better than gas. According to him, the marketing of oil is transparent. Minister Khan made the statement during the signing agreement of the Ruby field. The agreement is between the government and BHP Petroleum. BHP is expected to begin production on the Ruby field in 2021.
Every crude in this world is benchmarked against some other crude that is referenced on the international market.
Minister Khan said the government gains more revenue from oil production than gas when it comes to taxation.
Oil is subject to royalty payments, it is subject to SPT, and it is subject to PPT.
The Energy Minister said oil production also creates the opportunity for more work in the service sector.
Gas wells virtually produce trouble-free. Am I right, Mr. Pereira? Give or take. Oil requires more servicing. So the service sector is much better off in an oil boom than in a gas boom.
"30 to 35 persons are expected to return to Trinidad and Tobago from Suriname and other jurisdictions. The National Security Ministry said students who were in India, as well as some persons from the Middle East and the United Kingdom, have also started returning. They should begin arriving in Trinidad and Tobago in the next few days. Their numbers are expected to bring state quarantine to full capacity. As a result, the ministry said it is currently working out the details and timing of flights to take Trinidad and Tobago students to the United States, while also beginning the repatriation of our nationals in the United States. It said repatriation flights will be partly dependent on the number of spaces available at the time in state quarantine facilities, as well as the number of persons who will pay for state-supervised quarantine. You're listening to the 7 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. It's time now to take a look at regional and international developments. We start with news from the region. Director of Investigations at the Integrity Commission in Jamaica, Kevin Stevenson, has revealed that the anti-corruption body is currently carrying out more than 1,000 investigations involving alleged acts of corruption in the public sector. At a meeting of the Integrity Oversight Committee of Parliament on Tuesday, Stephenson told committee members that the Commission was still probing 37 legacy investigations which was started by the now defunct Office of the Contractor General. Stephenson also reported that the investigation division was being reorganized to deal with a significant backlog, indicating that there were 4 investigators at the Commission. In 2018, the OCG, the Corruption Prevention Commission, and the Integrity Commission were merged to form a single anti-corruption agency called the Integrity Commission. Internationally, President Donald Trump has warned that the United States pandemic may get worse before it gets better. This as he reviewed his virus briefings with a more scripted tone. Mr. Trump also asked all Americans to wear face coverings, saying they'll have an effect and show patriotism. The president, who was not wearing a mask at the briefing, has previously dispatched them as unsanitary. His aides have reportedly pressed him to adopt a more measured approach as virus caseload spikes across the U.S. In news of the weather for the period today until midnight, Trinidad and Tobago will experience partly cloudy conditions with occasional light to moderate showers. There is the medium chance of heavy afternoon showers and thunder showers favoring Trinidad. Night will become settled with 1 or 2 lingering showers. Gusty winds and street flooding can be expected in the event of heavy showers or thunderstorms. The remainder of the Lesser Antilles will experience generally hot and sunny conditions despite the low chance of a few brief showers. They will experience a mostly clear night despite a few showers favoring the Leeward Islands. Seas are moderate with waves up to 2 meters in open waters and less than 1 meter in sheltered areas. The current temperature is 27 degrees Celsius. And this brings us to the end of the 7 a.m. newscast on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Stay tuned for another newscast at 8 a.m. I am Nicole Dookie. Good morning.
That was Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Shake Leisure Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day. A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. For all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liqueur, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liqueur, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's Cool Spot Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chiguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, super quality supermarket, and quality cash and carry supermarket.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is the choice. PNM is the voice. PNM only way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police. Hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Yes, indeed, and thanks for staying with us here at 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Just sharing a thought with Shiva here this morning. We've been trying to get in touch with a number of, let's say, stakeholders, more so candidates who are contesting the 2020 general election, but thus far we would have failed in our efforts. I just tried to get on the line the former minister in the Ministry of National Security, Subhas Pandey. I wanted him to share his thoughts with me this morning on this ongoing matter with all of these Venezuelans entering into Trinidad and Tobago. But I promise you, we'll try to get him back on the line a bit later on. Yes, you are with the morning program on 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. You can call me this morning at 636-7547, 227-5739. The time in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago is just about 15 minutes past the hour of 7 o'clock, and that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Mr. Rajendra Ramprasad, who is the Couva South candidate for the People's National Movement. Let's go to the lines again. Hello, good morning. All right, sorry to have missed your call. You can call us back here at those numbers 636-7547, 227-5739. So let's look at some of the other issues being discussed in the public domain. But I have this caller here on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning to you.
Good morning, honorable gentlemen.
Hi, good morning, sir. Good morning.
How are you?
We are doing fine this morning.
I am not surprised that a lot of Venezuelans are coming into Trinidad.
Mm-hmm.
You know why? We gave a green card to Delcy.
Mm-hmm.
So she signed over a lot of green cards for those to come here, and they have free reign. But I have an idea. That's what I think about it. Bye.
All right. Well, that's one of our callers there who always, attempt to keep that matter alive. the visit by Venezuelan Vice President to this country. But it's a serious issue. It's a very serious issue given the fact that we live in a COVID environment. And I would have told you this morning that over 139 positive cases would have been recorded in the country. Note that the death toll remains the same at 8. Yes, so that should be some sort of a comforting news to you, the people of Trinidad and Tobago. But in essence, the Ministry of Health in its update would have again reminded people to observe all of the protocols, the guidelines, and what have you. Well, but as a people, as Trinidadians, you know how we behave in a particular way. Yes, we behave in a particular way. All right, so this though, with schools set to open on September 1st, the Ministry of Education is saying that they are prepared to meet with all stakeholders to discuss these matters going forward with the representative from the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, the National Parent Teachers Association, the Principals Association, and so on. So there must be consultation in order to, let's say, look at the challenges and come up with solutions to deal with all of these challenges going forward. As I said, school is set to reopen in the month of September. And I just want to share this with you here this morning. Following unilateral disappointment by various education stakeholders over a lack of consultation, when guidelines for the reopening of schools were released by the Ministry of Education earlier this month, the ministry convened a meeting with them yesterday. The ministry said the stakeholders' concerns were ventilated and would be compiled for further discussion at a later meeting. I'm just trying to keep you abreast because you see, sometimes when a decision is made by the Ministry of Education, as I said, I'm not a mouthpiece for no government minister, no ministry, or the government of the day. I just try to keep you abreast. You see, whenever a decision is made by the Ministry of Health as it relates to guidelines in this COVID environment, a number of people raises concerns and raises questions. So there's consultation. I just wanted to remind you of who some of these group or groupings of people are consulted. The National Advisory Committee on Education, Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, National Primary Schools Principals Association, the National Parent Teacher Association, and the Association of Denominational Boards. A release from the ministry said topics discussed included teacher training, physical distancing, rotation of students, home-based learning, Ministry of Health guidelines, and other areas of concern. So all of these areas are being discussed or will be discussed by all these stakeholders. As I said, schools set to reopen in the month of September. All right, so you can call us here this morning, 636-7547, 227-5739. Hello, good morning. All right, apparently something seems to be wrong with your end of the line, my friend. You need to get us back here, 636-7547, 227-5739. Now, within the recent weeks or so, this matter would have been raised on the political platform concerning this closing of the borders and nationals wanting to come home. But let's hear what this caller has to say. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Boy, good morning to you, sir.
And good morning, Bawani. What's happening?
Well, we're watching developments left, right, and center.
Well, boy, so many things happening in the country that sometimes it is quite challenging to keep you abreast.
It is challenging. I know that.
Yeah.
All right, education.
Mm-hmm. No, but before you get into there, Bawani, you represent a group of people in this country, visually impaired and so on, and there are certain challenges. Now, you've been looking at the politics of the day. Have you heard anything from any politician as they seek to address your concern or the concerns facing this group of people?
Nope.
Huh?
No.
So why don't you make some sort of representation, issue a press release and whatnot?
We have done. We are waiting manifestos to see how they will treat with it.
Mm-hmm. But a manifesto, to me, does not worth the paper it is printed on. Yeah.
Just a book of promises.
Yeah. It's just to give a printer some sort of money and in this political season.
That is the unfortunate thing about it.
All right, go ahead. What's on your mind again?
Education.
Mm-hmm.
You bring out a series of guidelines, re-education.
Yeah.
For the new norm. but you refused or you did not consult with the stakeholders prior to. So you put the cart before the horse, and now because the stakeholders come in, you rush for a meeting. But you go on in that meeting with your preconceived notions. Your mind already made up, So how much will these stakeholders get into the actual final document is left to be seen. Understand? So we do a lot of things after the fact. Not just for education, but a lot of things. Right? Now, I heard your reading of the article from Stuart Young about 66 Venezuelans coming illegally. How come now? That could be true. But yet, you have to take it with a pinch of salt. And I tell you that. Because now they might want to say, oh, look, people coming in. You know what caused that? The UNC, they cancel this and they cancel that.
But is this an indication or indictment on the Ministry of National Security and by extension the minister himself?
It is.
For actually saying to us that, well, look, you have over 66 Venezuelans entering Trinidad and Tobago. They would have failed to, let's say, plug the porous borders, yes?
Remember, it is. Because remember, about 2 weeks ago, they said 150 coming in, and they only catch 8. You understand? What become of that?
Well, one of my callers this morning suggested greater fines for people who are caught in engaging in this activity, human trafficking. And I think that the minister did indicate that the periscope will now be in this area. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, you could charge the greater fine, but you have to find the people first, because a lot of people going to go undercover and they will still do the thing. I mean, if I am not, but if I, as one who's supposed to secure you, getting a nice tip, you think I'm going to scream? You understand? So the fact is that from day one, whilst we allowed 20,000 people plus through the immigration, through the registration process, after that we still heard even the counselor for Cedra Sikakas, he always complained.
No, but I always, okay, let's move further with the conversation. Is it that these immigrants, we're talking here more so from Venezuela, entering Trinidad and Tobago, they perceive this government of the day to be soft on immigrants, so that they take the chance of entering into this country with the hope of staying here for a period of time?
Yeah, and when they take the chance and they get through, and we have to quarantine them, we have to pay the price of quarantining. You understand?
So what do we do?
Now, in some other countries, if you enter the country illegally, they look for the next flight to post you back. You understand? Somebody entering the U.S. on a false visa, the next flight coming back down, you on that flight. You understand? In the same way that if whoever the boat owners are, whoever, if they can't find them, use the same Coast Guard vessels to repatriate these people within 24 hours. You understand? Once you do that kind of repatriation, people will realize that, look, they're getting tough now, and we ain't going to take no more chance. Find them and send them back home. But you keep them here, you quarantine them, and after the quarantine, what next? You're going to put them in the detention center, like you have done for many years, and they stay there at our expense, taxpayers' expense, and then you finally decide to take action, perhaps 6 months, perhaps a year down the road.
All right, well, let's leave it there for the while, Bawani. Now, I have always said, and a report was published in one newspaper sometime last week, where it has been said that over $2,000, yes, $2,000 sometimes are paid by an individual or a Venezuelan to enter Trinidad and Tobago shores safely, And the report would have added that this money, some of which of course, or part of it, are paid or is paid to police officers. Now that's a frightening revelation indeed. I do not have the empirical evidence to support such, but these are the claims being made. So maybe Gary Griffith should look at what is happening within the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. I remember he would have engaged in some measure. Okay, let's take this call on the line, please. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Jagannath.
And good morning, friend.
Now, who trying to fool who? Who Mr. Stuart Young trying to fool? these Venezuelans coming in this country because the initiative of the government. The government of Trinidad and Tobago allow this thing to happen, allow people to break all the rules and come in this country now.
Mm-hmm.
The area I live in here now is growing near to the highway.
Mm-hmm.
Like Caracas sometimes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I can tell you something, my friend. I drove to Kunopie sometime last week, Sunday. And I share your sentiments. You know, it was actually like driving through one of the streets in Caracas.
So when Mr. Sotem come in and talk like holier than thou and he know what's going on, you is the Minister of National Security, you have to know this. All you is Bullhorn and Commissioner of Police down by the Oval, all you register, they encourage people to come in the country. They ain't going back, they're staying right here.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, they were doing nothing good for the development of Trinidad and Tobago. That's my reason. And where I live down here, they have this place in a mess. These people, is day and night, they make noise in people here.
Mm-hmm.
They have no respect for people living in Trinidad. They just come here, government invite them, and then come here. I don't know what the real reason the government bring them here for. What contribution they're making. And as I tell other further said, prostitution is the name of the game with them.
The flesh trade.
Prostitution and escort service. If dies out, we are a build Trinidad economy for the future. Well, when God save everybody. But I tell you, let Mr. Chiotung and them understand that this thing is our organizing. You say in 2,000 years, that is small money. I know a man is 500 from Cedros to come up somewhere per head. So it's a big thing going on, and at the end of the day, it was nothing to benefit Trinidad and Tobago. So let the cabinet go back to the cabinet and let they talk to security and let them put a stop to this, send back these people, and leave Trinidad as it is.
All right, let's take another call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
I'm vexing with you, you know.
What, for what, boy?
You come to Kunupia and you didn't get no visa permission and you didn't pass and look for me?
But let me tell you, I drove to Kunupia, and because a relative of mine had some business to conduct, and I can tell you, through Kunupia, it's quite challenging in terms of traffic, you know.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Margarita. Anyway, go ahead. What's on your mind?
Yeah. Well, we have a lot of them in apartments right around the area, you know.
No, and I want to stay with this matter for a while. I'll tell you why, because it will have repercussions in our jurisdiction here. And I say that to you because the report is stating that one trafficker would have admitted that he has a free passage. Why? Because he's protected by police officers of this country.
Yeah, I mean, we know that there are certain arms of the law who are encouraging rather than discouraging the situation because they want to make the extra dollar. In the same way, you see, this country is a country of bribes, you know, Kenrick. If we don't pay a bribe, we don't get something done properly. You understand? Look at the licensing thing. I mean, they may have clamped down on it a bit, but you think we could ever get rid of that situation? You understand? So we are a country of bribes. Just like this morning, somebody say that the PNM bribed Tobagonians by now timing the police station, the fire station, and everything in Roxborough. Why took them 4 3/4 years before they delivered?
That's why people took issue with me last week when I said it is obscene that 3 weeks, 4 weeks before a general election, all sort of promises are being made, swords are being turned, and projects are being opened, and so on. Here now, at Trinidad, as a people, are we that gullible, right?
Yeah,
are we that gullible?
Of course. But the other thing is, anyhow, so let me leave it in.
All right, let's leave it there for the while. Anyway, it's just about 7:30 here in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, and it's time for us to get some messages going, and when we come back, we'll continue with our discussion. 975 FM Hot Like Pepper, the morning program.
You, 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
All will be fine. Look, we made the right choice every time. Still a job to be done and a race to be won, and we know we will win every time. Just keep the faith, heads up high. We're together in this, you and I. Yes, the job will be done and the race will be won, and we know we will win every time. And we go vote for the love of we country. We go vote to protect the treasury. Vote is only Dr. Rowley, the right choice for TNT. PNM is the choice, PNM is the voice, PNM only way on election day is the right choice at the right time. Hands in the air for the police, hey.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Carry Care International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
On the road again with U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio. Yes, we're back with our road shows. Be part of the U975 FM bandwagon as we bring you live broadcasts from locations throughout the country. Come enjoy our company with music, entertainment, and lots of giveaways. Stay with the U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio for greater programming as we hit the road again.
Let's talk Guyana. Join us as we share news and issues coming out of Guyana, Mondays to Fridays at 11 a.m. right here on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U975.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. We're moving up to the hour of 8 o'clock. It's just about 26 minutes here to the hour of 8. And note that time check came to you to the kind courtesy of Mr. Rajendra Rampasad, who is the PNM's candidate for the Couva South constituency ahead of the 2020 general election. You know, it's interesting to note, folks, that I've been trying to get in touch with a number of candidates from both major political parties, the People's National Movement and the United National Congress. But apparently these people would have had a very hectic day yesterday. They probably are tired this morning to accept our calls. But it's interesting to note that when they meet you outside of the studio, they have much to say. Imagine that. You cannot get them on the phone. So can you imagine when they get into power what will happen? Anyway, let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah,
good morning. Good morning.
You know why you can't get them?
Yeah.
They have nothing to say.
Mm-hmm.
That is the whole problem with them. You will ask them some kind of question, and they cannot answer it. They have nothing to say.
Yeah, but they have this. Hold on.
The last 4 years, PNM do nothing on the road bad. Everybody know that.
And they have their supporters waving one set of flag, buntings, and tooting their horn and whatever all over the bloody place.
All over the place. And making statements. I mean, all them doing is what the television camera to pick them up. Like all them parading for nothing. If you ask any one of them who walk in that road, ask them that what you're doing there with that flag and waving flag and what you're doing. They can't tell you why. They will tell you it's a line or it's a party or some kind of thing there. There is no carnival mentality. And you calling these candidates them to get an interview to tell you on the radio that what they have in plan, what they're going to do, and make it look good and all that thing, and you tell them you can't get on it.
And more than that too, they accuse me of supporting the PNM. They accuse me of supporting the UNC, and here it is. I'm trying to give you, the people, the candidates, an opportunity to share thoughts, to let us know how we can move forward.
And you're calling one party, you're calling two parties.
Yeah. No, what?
And none of them, because they have nothing to give the country and nothing to say to the country.
No,
that is why we can't.
No, hold on. This is just an indication as to how they behave. If out of office they are behaving in this particular manner, can you imagine when they get into office how they will behave? Huh?
Well, that is a show of itself. That is when you say these things, they tell you, you support this one and you support that one. Look, let me tell you something. The best ad I heard on the radio station, listen to all them ads. You know, you have a Garam Pasada. That is the only ad I could adhere to and listen to, and what the balance UNC and PNM ad, the way they make them ad, I can understand one thing that they tell the people there. But they have no message. Only one Pasada ad had a little message. That is all I can see.
All right, my friend.
I just enjoy listening to his ad and all them things. You understand? So this is the problem. Why you cannot get them? Why you cannot get them is because they have nothing to say, and if they get it on show outside, when they reach in office, what they do, you understand? And all these kind of things. But what I'm calling for is to tell you about the resident. If Churchill wants to know that what's going on, all he has to do is to ask them all the can and all the media, ask the police ask them where they can. And I go. All the can, and you don't know who to send back or who not to send back. Later, partner.
Well, I thought that's the job of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service. Part of their mandate, is to ensure that these people who are here in the country are properly documented. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Jagannath. How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, my friend. How are you? What's happening?
Do you see the book list by San Juan Secondary where you have to purchase a laptop now to come to school?
Yeah, well, I mentioned it this morning, but the Ministry of Education would have called on the particular principal to rescind that decision he would have made. You see?
But besides the laptop can work, the schools now, if you have to do an exam or a test, you have to even pay for the paper, you know. The school is not supplying you enough. Right. They might ask you to bring toiletries just now for yourself, you know.
Really?
This is what happened with the school. And for instance, somebody just calling, they're living close to the Vedic school in San Juan, and they applied to go to the school, and they just get a call them yesterday and tell them, well, they don't have no room, the place full. And this child is living about one building away from the school, you know. What madness? Why can't the Ministry of Education make a policy that the children around our school should be able to have first preference to go to the school and not send them far like somebody from Arima that had to go San Juan Junior Second or Rangwell Junior Second. They're going to travel. What kind of madness is going on in this country now?
No, but the point is this. I don't think that the ministry need to issue any sort of guidelines in this respect. The principal ought to know that you have a catchment area, and students from within this jurisdiction should be given first preference. But I'm aware of the situation that you're talking about, where you have students out of the jurisdiction are registered for the particular school.
Before I go, I just want to give you a chicken here. You know, the Prime Minister's office, I wrote the Prime Minister's office just after the election when they won it, and it's going 4.5 to 5 years. I haven't got no acknowledgement from this Prime Minister. I get from Mr. Basiel Pandey, I get from Mr. Manning, I get from Ms. Kamala Prasad. This office hasn't responded. Later on in the week, I'll tell you more about it. Thank you.
No, hold on. Before you go, I know that you would have been at the forefront on calling on the government of the day to issue passes to your grouping of people, especially for the priority bus route. What is happening with that?
So far, we haven't been able to obtain the PBR pass. After 20 years, we had the passes from previous government. This one, I talked to Mr. Sinanan directly and tell me that the maxi taxi put it in High Court, so we can't do nothing with it. So I can't understand why it is that the previous minister who issued PBR pass, for a matter of fact, Mr. Anil Pigot, who was the minister under Mr. Manning, drove to the airport and delivered 12 bus route pass which was given to us. I don't know what going on with these people.
All right, well, just keep up abreast as to what is happening with your challenges. Okay, my friend?
Thank you, man.
All right, thank you very much for your contribution here with me this morning. That's our good friend here who operates out of the Piarco International Airport. And he would have been calling on the government of the day to give them some sort of leeway to use the priority bus route. Let's take another call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Kenrick, I thought they were zoning schools.
But no. This is a matter which we would have raised on this program, where I cannot fathom, I cannot understand and appreciate that where you have principals will, sometimes not take requests coming from parents within the jurisdiction and accept students out of the jurisdiction.
Again, we don't know if money talks. But anyway, what I wanted to do for me this morning, I want to make a link with my partner from Felicity. Because I think his voice sounded very familiar to me. And I need to touch base with him.
All right, my friend. Well, then you can give him your number on air and he'll probably call you, yes?
Yeah, man. If you're Mr. Boudram, who used to work at TBC in the olden days, this is Bawani 620-3776.
All right. Okay, Bawani. All right. Thank you very much, Bawani. Yeah, as you move on with our conversation here on 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. No, I want to keep this matter abreast, because you will have all sorts of promises being made by politicians on the various platforms. And when they get into office, some of them say it's a misprint, Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Yes, Kenrick.
Good morning.
Welcome to the world of scientific polling.
Scientific polling.
Yes, scientific polling. Campaigning is our science here. You trying to get in contact with you to get, everybody's walling mileage on the radio to hear their voices, and you can't get through to them. Now tell me, next week now they'll be calling everybody. They want to come in the studio now. Right? So it's scientific polling. That's a term I get to discover in the hostings.
Yeah, but science do not vote, You have to meet...
Science don't vote. Scientific don't. You got to pay for that big money to tell you that there.
No. Social media, television and what have you does not work with the people,
Yeah.
You need to touch base with them on the ground to find out exactly what is going on.
Well, all over the place I drive in, I've seen people all over the place campaigning. No respect for Corona. So people just, like a carnival now. It's bacchanal, it's music, it's a little thing to drink, something to eat, and we move around campaigning. Now, I don't take part in them kind of thing, right? When the election day come, I understand why to vote. I appreciate the right to vote. I'll be going to exercise. Once I leave, I'll go and exercise my franchise. But you see, this sort of stupidity, this sort of noise and bacchanal, I thought Corona put an end to that, but I think we had to get more serious.
And you realize what is happening in the United States now. I see the United States President Donald Trump actually wearing masks, something he said he would not do.
What about in Australia?
Yeah.
Places where we thought was safe.
And this is why this is why I take issue with Kamala Prasad Bisesa and those operators of the UNC trying to put pressure on the government of the day to reopen the borders, not reopen the borders rather, to bring home our nationals and put them where, my friend? I've been asking this question for the longest while, and put them where?
Well, in our building in Gasparilla Junction with the Malcolm Jones building, I see that empty every time I go out. The government could take that and make them put some people too. Well, I believe the citizens have a right to come home here.
I agree with you. We all have rights. Citizens of this country, they have a right to return to the country. But this is not a normal situation. This is very unique indeed.
Yeah. It have people outside there 4 months now.
And you understand what's going on? You have two additional cases. One case is being investigated. They do not know whether it is imported or whether it is community spread.
Right now in Grenada, they have an issue. They said 3 people test positive come out of Grenada. So the Grenada authorities head hot right now.
And Caribbean Airlines, I think, is today or probably this week, will be engaging in various travels from St. Vincent, Grenada, and Barbados, and so on. You are aware of that, yes?
Right. Now, it would not be easier if the government get these people in these foreign countries and put them in a hotel and leave that problem there until the thing resolved.
Yeah, but who will foot the bill?
Well, $20 billion spent for this.
No. Who will foot the bill?
When these people come and come in and bring this thing here, the bill will be pittance. Because I say the government have a responsibility for the citizens. Gather them together, put them in a place, make sure they fed, and the first opportunity can come in, we bring it in.
All right. So in essence, you're supporting this measure by former government minister Devan Maharaj, who is filing a lawsuit for info on COVID travel exemptions.
Well, Devan, he fight any case, but what I say, we have a more responsibility to our citizens.
Well, I agree with you, I'm not saying no,
Me say rush them and bring them home,
Yeah.
Take care of them, because I know it's to be away from your family for 4 months, sir.
Well, okay, hold on. The government of the day indicated that they will take care of the nationals living abroad. As a matter of fact, some measures being taken to offer them financial assistance. Those, however, who qualify,
Well, that's $1 million who
those
qualify.
who qualify. All right, my friend.
So that come like flood relief there. Who qualify?
It's everything who qualify, everything who qualify, because you know why? As a people, we too damn wicked. We too wicked. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Kenrick.
Yeah, good morning to you, sir.
Well, I believe, right, that the government of this country have a responsibility to return our citizens to this country.
Agreed.
The citizens of this country, you cannot tell me that the place of my birth and where I have my citizenship, you have the right to keep me out, whatever the reason. Now, if I'm sick, you still have to have the responsibility to bring me home. Now, what happens to me when I reach home, you have to also figure that out. If I'm a problem for the society, just like you have a returning prisoner, you could either pardon him or you could put him in a prison. Right? But you must bring me home. This is my right. If I am in Mars and I have to come back to Trinidad, I have a right to come back to Trinidad. And I feel that the government is failing drastically because people are becoming vagrants abroad. And I do not think when a man plans to travel for 1 week or 2 weeks and money is spent and he does not have resources, what is he going to do? Right? And whether all of them have coronavirus or not, they all must come home.
All right, well, I hear you.
That is one thing. Now, I've noticed that there are no polling being done by those established polling agents out there like Nigel Henry and Answer Makal and NACTA. Why aren't we getting these polls in those marginal constituencies? Now, there are 41 elections taking place on August the 10th. 41. So do a poll in Labantil and tell me this is the result will be in Siparia. So I think the country want to know what is going on in those marginal constituencies. And I have a feeling, I'm very suspicious, that it is not favorable for the incumbent PNM. And these polls are being kept back.
All right, hold on. Stop. You made a statement there. You say it is not favorable to the People's National Movement. On what basis you are making such a comment?
Because the UNC was going into this election up until nomination day as a strong favorite to win the marginals, right? Those key constituencies that will swing. Now, there were very, very weak candidates put up by the UNC. But I feel the tide has been so strong that the UNC will still pull it off, right? They need 21 seats. They have 18. Of those 18 that they have, maybe 3 are marginal that they have to fight hard at, right? But we just assume they get the 18. Then they have to get 3 to become 21.
All right, my friend, pause there a bit. I need to go to some commercials here this morning. But I want you to call me back after the 8 o'clock hour and I will engage you a bit, okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, thank you very much. Folks, let's go to some commercials here this morning.
The newest medical health facility in Central is opening. MediPlus Clinic and Imaging Center Limited of 103 Main Road, Balmain, Couva is having its grand opening on Friday, 24th July from 9 a.m. The first 50 patients can call 236-4624 or 235-4264 to book your free appointment for blood sugar, blood pressure, cholesterol, urine tests, and vision screening. For more information on MediPlus, specialists, medical services, medical lab, and medical imaging, and coming soon X-ray dentistry, visit MediPlus at 103 Main Road, Balmain, Couva, or call 236-4624 or 235-4264, or email mediplus@ramlagansholdings.com. Listen to U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio on Friday for a live broadcast from 9 a.m. Visit MediPlus for all your medical care and services.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with the Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
It is back. Talk Your Talk is back. This is Mukesh Baburam inviting you to join me right here on U97.5 FM for the return of Talk Your Talk from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy your favorite segments and feel free to make your comments as we journey together. So join me, Mukesh Baburam, for Talk Your Talk. Talk Your Talk.
Visit Eddie's Pharmacies Limited newest location inside JTA Supermarket, C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando. They offer blood pressure, blood sugar, cholesterol, and pregnancy testing, as well as all pharmaceutical products and over-the-counter drugs, along with CDAP prescriptions. Sagicor Caricare International Medical Card, Guardian Life Provider Card, and Republic Bank points are all accepted at their 3 locations of Eddie's Pharmacy Limited. RS Building, Rocha Douglas Road, Barrackpore, GN Building in Pinal, and C3 Center, Current Village, San Fernando.
So guys, the party continues this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday, the Hot Like Pepper Reloaded continues from 8 to 12 noon. Sharon Baru alongside DJ Vishal, 12 noon to 3 p.m. The captain takes full flight. Yes, Captain Kendall Juggernaut from 12 noon to 3 p.m. From 3 to 7 p.m. DJ Anil is in with a Hot Like Pepper mix. And from 7 to 1 a.m. the man Corky D is in the building and will mix it up for you into the morning. Tune in, log on 975radio.com for the Hot Like Pepper Saturdays Reloaded.
Yes, indeed, and thank you very much for staying with us here at 97.5 FM Hot Like Pepper. We're climbing up to the hour of 8 o'clock. It's just about 4 minutes here to the hour of 8, and that time check came to you through the kind courtesy of Mr. Rajendra Rampasad, who is the People's National Movement candidate for the Couva South constituency. Let's take a caller here on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Kenneth. Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago.
Good morning,
not
Larry.
any politics I want to talk this morning. I want to talk about this weather pattern that we are about to face coming this Saturday.
And you know, anytime if somebody spit hard, you get flood out, right?
Yes, Kenrick, and I'm making a public appeal. I mean, everybody campaigning right now, not me. Making a public appeal to all the people in the low-lying areas, especially my community. Start to prepare because the wave coming off this storm that I see passing close to us on Saturday afternoon will really affect us in a very detrimental way. You see, people will wait for last minute, Kenrick, to prepare for a flood. And if you get caught in that, then you will be marooned. So this morning I'm also asking the ODPM to get their gears in order and be on the alert because this type of wave coming off this little tropical storm we are having could make a massive impact in the southern area where we're going to be in a little disaster. So it's just a little public appeal. I'm asking the disaster management. Notice I'm not calling on the MPA. I'm calling on the disaster management organization to be on the alert because I can tell you, Kenrick, we're going to get flood. We're going to get it. And when people do not prepare, they will call for help. So they have to start to prepare from today. Thank you. Have a good morning.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Larry. Just let me share some information with you, the listening audience. The tropical depression is subject to rapid intensity. Variations and minor changes in the track can result in significant impacts to Trinidad and Tobago. If it shifts slightly south, it can result in not only a raindrop if it moves further north, and goes on to say, as a storm, it is expected to pack winds up to 90 kilometers an hour with gusts up to 110 kilometers an hour, but the stronger winds are forecast to remain north of the country. So yes, Larry, it's a very serious matter indeed, and we want to thank you very much for raising that with us this morning. And to this end, we are calling on nationals of this country or citizens in this country who are living in low-lying areas to take all the necessary precautions. We're heading up to the 8 o'clock hour. We'll take the 8 o'clock newscast, but first, I want to keep you a bit entertained this morning with a selection, one of my favorite selections.
Your next singer, ladies and gentlemen,
last election had so much fun. I am one who's sorry it done. Last election had so much fun. Likewise, one who's sorry it done. I love to see how men tone in beats. Some of them hands trembling like leaves. On the roadside they'll testify. With a manifesto only packed with lie. If you hear them, we'll take away the oil field from the Yankee and divide them up between all of we. Tate and Lyle wouldn't have no claim. We'll take away the factories, also sugarcane. We'll take the animals and turn to meat.
Well, I promise that I will play that calypso in its entirety before we close today's program. But now, we need to take the 8 o'clock newscast with Uma Ratan Singh.
Time has come. New 97.5. Make it your choice. Something for everyone. 97.5 FM. Music for you. It's all about you.
New 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio.
Power to the listeners.
It is now time for Major News to the Hour, brought to you by Crystal Beverages Company, Super Quality Supermarket, Sheikh Elisha Limited, and the Trinidad and Tobago News Day.
This is the 8 a.m. news on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. I am Uma Ratan Singh. Good morning. Government will spend an estimated $118 million on a new car park for the city of San Fernando. On Tuesday, the Urban Development Corporation of Trinidad and Tobago signed and received the deed for the car park. The land on which the car park will be constructed belongs to the Southwest Regional Health Authority. It was leased to UDICOT for 199 years. This 80-story facility will provide a large number of parking spaces and will also include designated spots for differently abled. The UDICOT's Deputy Chair Jacqueline Gantom Farrell said she expects the facility to ease the traffic woes in the southern city.
And 2 cars parked with elevators, wireless cash payment system, security and video surveillance, and it will be built by UDICOT.
Meanwhile, Chair of the SWRHA Valerie Allen Rollins welcomed the initiative.
For some time, but nothing happens before its time, and we are happy to be part of this event today that will see not only relief of the parking for the waterfront project, but also assist in relieving some of the parking woes we have had at the San Fernando General Hospital.
Energy Minister Franklin Kahn said the oil business is better than gas. According to him, the marketing of oil is transparent. Minister Kahn made a statement during the signing agreement of the Ruby Field. The agreement is between the government and BHP Petroleum. BHP is expected to begin production on the Ruby Field in 2021.
Every crude in this world is benchmarked against some other crude that is referenced on the international market.
Minister Kahn said the government gains more revenue from oil production than gas when it comes to taxation.
Oil is subject to royalty payments, it is subject to SPT, and it is subject to PPT.
The energy minister said oil production also creates the opportunity for more work in the service sector.
Gas wells virtually produce trouble-free. Am I right, Mr. Pereira? Give or take. Oil requires more servicing. So the service sector is much better off in an oil boom than in a gas boom.
The body of a newborn baby girl was discovered by workers at a landfill site in Forest Park, Claxton Bay on Monday morning. Reports stated that shortly before midday, a security officer on duty at the site informed the police that the body of a baby was found in a brown cardboard box surrounded by garbage in an area known as the Pit. According to police report, the baby is said to be a few days old. However, police are seeking the public's assistance in finding the mother of the deceased baby or anyone with information to come forward. A district medical officer viewed the body and ordered its removal, and an autopsy is pending. Investigations are continuing. The body of a 30-year-old PH taxi driver was discovered along a riverbank on Saturday. The man has been identified as Angelo Monderoy of Alton Street, St. Augustine. According to reports, around 4 p.m. on Saturday, officers were on mobile patrol along Cora Royal Road when they observed a Nissan 80 wagon at the side of the said road. But upon investigating, they discovered the body of a man at the riverbank. A district medical officer was called in to view the body and ordered its removal. Investigations are continuing. Missing persons continues to spiral in TNT. The St. Joseph police are actively searching for a 21-year-old St. Augustine man. Christian Seton is reported to be missing and was last seen at his Smart Street St. Augustine home at 8 a.m. on Saturday, July 18th. However, he was reported missing at 4:30 p.m. on Monday, July 20th. Christian is said to be of African descent, 5 feet 8 inches tall, 130 pounds, dark brown complexion and slim build. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Christian Seto is asked to contact the St. Joseph Police Station at 667-3563, Crime Stoppers at 800 Tips, or share information via the TTPS app. In the same light, Point Fortin police are actively searching for a 16-year-old Shaniqua Alexander of Pilgrim Street, New Village, Point Fortin. The 16-year-old was last seen at her home on July 19th and reported missing on July 20th. Alexander is described as of African descent, 5 feet 3 inches tall, with a medium build, brown complexion, long black hair and a round face. It is unknown as to what she was wearing. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of the missing teen is asked to contact the Point Fortin Police Station at 648-2426 800 Tips, or share information via the TTPS app. And moving on regionally to Grenada. Warnings are being placed on citizens by the Royal Grenada Police Force against the non-compliance of the COVID-19 emergency power regulations. The RGPF is reminding the general public that the regulations remain in effect, and the mass informal gatherings and celebrations that have been on display in recent times throughout the island, and in particular at several of the nation's beaches on weekends, are against the regulations. Persons are advised that the regulations mandate the wearing of appropriate face coverings or masks and the maintaining of physical distancing. And moving on internationally, according to a CNN report, protests have continued in Portland, Oregon for more than 50 days, and the city's mayor says there are dozens, if not hundreds, of federal troops deployed there who aren't welcome. Mayor Wheeler stated that it is unclear if the camouflaged federal forces in Portland are military personnel, but state governors are questioning if the federal government has the authority to send in troops without their permission. Moving on to the weather forecast. Today we'll experience partly cloudy conditions with occasional light to moderate showers. There is the medium chance of heavy afternoon showers and thunderstorms favoring Trinidad. Seas slight to moderate, with waves up to 1.5 meters in open waters and near calm in sheltered areas. High tides at 5:53 p.m. and low tides at 11:23 a.m. and 11:21 p.m. And that brings us to the end of the 8 a.m. news. Join us at 10 a.m. for news update. And stay tuned for great programming throughout the day. Until then, I am Irma Rattensingh, wishing you a safe and good morning.
A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited of 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. For all your hardware materials from foundation to finish. Not forgetting all your general contracting needs. We have it all at A&S Hardware and the General Contractors Limited, located at 107 Bonaventure Road in Gasparillo. Just call Tiki Ali at 650-2180.
A&S Hardware are wholesalers and retailers of plywood, an assortment of lumber, galvanized pipe, hollow section, and steel. Customers can enjoy special prices on white pine and pitch pine doors.
Kathy School Sport Enterprises Limited, number 86 Pearville, opposite the TSTT Exchange in Mayaro. We specialize in all types of meats, dry goods, liquor, beverages, ice, LPG, gas, motor oils, stationery supplies, and photocopying. We also provide rentals of tents and chairs for your every occasion. Come in and take advantage of our specials at reduced prices on liquor, wholesale, and retail. We are open every day, even on public holidays, for your convenience. TT Post services are available here at Kathy's School Sport Enterprises Limited of number 86 Pearville, Mayaro, where our friendly staff will be happy to serve you.
For quality items, visit Super Quality Supermarket of Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, as well as Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket, Cuba Car Park, for all your grocery items, liquor, fresh fruits, and vegetables, not forgetting their bed and bath section, and kitchen appliances for your home. With so many items to choose from, take advantage of our great prices and discounts at any of our 3 locations: Trin City Industrial Estate in Trin City, Endeavour Road, Chaguanas, and Cuba. For quality items, Super Quality Supermarket and Quality Cash and Carry Supermarket.
Attention all bakers, doubles vendors and roti makers. Try our high quality unbleached bromate free all-purpose and baker's flour. Low price and conveniently packaged in 2 pounds, 2 kg, 10 kg and 25 kg bags. For wholesale and retail prices, contact Shiklisha Limited 665-3336 or visit us at Warrenville, Canupia. Shiklisha Limited, quality you can trust.
Hello, I am Rajendra Ramprasad, your PNM candidate for Couva South. I ask for your support to take Couva South into government and to improve the quality of life for all of us. I have specific plans to create jobs, to improve agriculture, to revive Point Lisas, and to develop our infrastructure, also to enhance security. As a person born in Dow Village, California, and started my education at Esperanza Presbyterian School, I want to use my years as a successful businessman and a resident of Couva South to partner with you to make our communities better. I ask for your vote on August the 10th. Vote Rajendra Ramprasad, the right choice for a better Couva South. Vote PNM.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
Sign my name with a golden pen, a golden pen. Sign my name, yeah. Anyway, we vote in PNM. Sign my name, it's a PNM pen, a PNM pen. I want you sign my name, it's a PNM pen. We vote in PNM.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
You, 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper, Multicultural Radio, will be bringing you coverage of Election Day 2020. Look out for live capsule reports throughout the day as you make your way to the polls. Then you can join our live panel discussion from 8 p.m. as we bring to you the election results. Exclusive on U97.5 FM.
Let's talk Guyana. Join us as we share news and issues coming out of Guyana, Mondays to Fridays at 11 a.m. right here on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio is now on Facebook. Like us, follow and share our page. We'll be sharing the latest news, tips and much more. You can also view what's happening in our studio. Find us on YouTube and subscribe to our channel at RCL U97.5.
Yes, indeed, and thanks for staying with us here at 97.5 FM, Hot Like Pepper. 15 minutes here past the hour of 8 o'clock, and that time check came to you to the kind courtesy of the People's National Movement candidate for the Couva South constituency, Mr. Rajendra Rampasad. Well, I am convinced this morning, yes, thoroughly convinced, that there are some candidates facing the electorate on August 10th. Yeah, I'm quite confident in what I'm saying this morning. That is, some of these candidates, they are scared, reluctant, or apprehensive about sharing thoughts on national radio. And I make no apologies for that. You see, some of these candidates cannot even string two lines together. They are not vociferous. Some of them, to seek political office, depends on the political leaders to market them. That is, to make them marketable to you, the electorate. I make no apologies for stating that this morning. If you wish to share thoughts with me, well, then you can do so this morning. You can call us at 6367547 227 5739. Let me state openly that when these candidates meet me on the outside, they will share all their thoughts, their vision for Trinidad and Tobago. But you give them an opportunity to do so publicly, they duck and run and they hide. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Good morning and welcome. Good morning.
Well said. Go to the head of the class, Kenrick.
No, but that's true.
Well said.
That is
Because
totally true.
I had asked on your program, why do not we, the citizenry who have to vote, get a history background of these candidates to understand who will be representing us in the near future?
Mm-hmm.
And that has gone through deaf ears because we are seeing some new faces. We do not know who they are, what background they hold, what educational institute that they attended, what degree that they have. We do not know. It is a yes team that Kamala Prasad-Bissessar has picked for her party. It is a yes team because at the end of the day, when you look at them, how some of them speaking on social media, and the way they are conducting themselves, you have to ask yourself the question, are these people educated or not? I don't want to bash nobody this morning.
No, I'm not bashing anyone, Larry. I'm being very objective. Some of these candidates are so aloof. Out of office, they are aloof. Can you imagine if they get into office?
Okay, Rick, is it that they got information from the political leader, do not do any interviews at this particular time, pertaining to this matter that recently surfaced over the weekend?
Well, then how can you impress upon the people of Trinidad and Tobago your vision for your constituency, your plans for the constituency, your goals for the constituency? How do you expect people to stay in their fingers for you based on the utterances and comments coming from the political leader?
Well, I could tell you this much. On my end, I was told there was a rally on my area in the week last week. I mean, I was at work. The member of parliament from my area, the candidacy, right? And I asked, I said, so wait now, that you think they're doing? Then I get to understand that coming this weekend, in some way in Hermitage, they're having a medical clinic that you can get your blood pressure test, your eye test and stuff. And that's all. You see, I do not know what plans the candidate for my area have for my community in which I live and which I know a lot of people who are ailing and suffering. I do not know what plans they have. All I know, they say, vote for we, and we're going to take you out of the cry that you're crying right now. And I don't believe that's crap. Because for how many years people have been voting this party in to get representation. And the key factor is, Kenrick, young people who have ID card, They are not sitting down idly by and allowing politicians to abuse them and use them. We are demanding, not we, they are demanding the right to understand what it is you are setting for the future for the next 5 years, whether it be 3 years in a short term and 5 years in a long term. And this is what we are asking. We want to know the plan, because I said it again, Kenrick, I know every single program that 97.5 do, it is recorded. And I'm hoping in the near future, when you see this campaign is done and election is done, half of these people, if not all of these people, if the UNC do get back into office, Kenrick, and they do not get anything from the United National Congress, you will hear them singing a different tune every Monday morning on the airwaves. I am not one of them, and I said it again, Kenrick, and I told Anna on her program yesterday. If Mr. Nilvan Maraj had a candidacy in my area, Kenrick, I would have finished work lunchtime every day and be there to support Mr. Maraj and that candidate, because I believe that Mr. Maraj is a person who have good values, good views, good opportunities. It's just that people not listening to him adequately enough. And I believe Mr. Maraj could be a very good person to take this country forward.
All right. Well, I hear you there, Larry. Sorry about that. I thought you were through with your conversation with me. So let's move on with our conversation here this morning. And yes, this tropical wave is expected in this country, I think, by Friday or Saturday. And again, let me make a public appeal here this morning to all those people who are living in low-lying areas, especially those areas where you are prone to flooding. Take all the necessary precaution, my friend. Take all the necessary precaution. Let me keep you up to speed as to what the Met Office would have said about that tropical depression. Well, the National Hurricane Center and the Trinidad and Tobago Met Service are monitoring a newly formed tropical depression located east of the Windward Islands as of yesterday. According to the Met Office, the system has a high chance of turning into a tropical storm and is expected to pass north of Trinidad and Tobago on Saturday. It will be called Tropical Storm Gonzalo. Note that it will be called Gonzalo. So take all of the necessary precaution. Let's take a call on the line. Hello, good morning. All right, sorry to miss your call. You need to call us back 636-7547 227-5739. Those are the numbers to get into our program. You can also WhatsApp us at 378-4975. And yes, you can also view us live on RCLU975 on YouTube. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Kenny, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. And how are you this morning?
I connect by holding on, struggling. Remember a long time ago I called and I say, what about the Frank Moti report? Up to now we ain't about it, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what I called to say, the Prime Minister knows everything what's happening in the country. Right? He knows people suffering for water for months. Where I live, Connect, for 8 weeks we get water. I had to bathe every morning with a pigtail bucket. And last week or so, he come on the air and say sabotage. So by using that term sabotage for election time, will that comfort us? Well, so if it wasn't election, you find it necessary to say sabotage?
Mm-hmm.
Why now? I go on.
All right. Well, I mentioned that I think it was this week, and to me it is utter ridiculous for a prime minister to talk about sabotage and actually point fingers at the United National Congress for actually interfering with the water distribution. I mean, when you examine the statement, how do you feel? What is your opinion? What are your thoughts when you examine what Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley would have said about certain constituencies? And claiming, pointing fingers at the United National Congress that they are sabotaging the water distribution. I mean, to me, that really don't make sense. Now, does it? I don't know, but to me, it really tells you the level of which politicians on all politicians will go to paint the other party in a particular way. Let's deal with the issues of the day. Water distribution is not something new. It's a national issue. It's not a party issue. There are many areas in this country, especially in rural Trinidad, that suffer from a lack of proper pipe-borne water. And we would have articulated such on this very same program. We would have even spoken to Fitzgerald Hines. the current Minister of Public Utilities, and he admitted that there is a problem with the distribution of water in Trinidad and Tobago. And I'll tell you something. Whether you have a new administration in office or the same administration in office, after election day, that is on the 10th of August, you'll have callers calling into this program complaining still about a lack of a proper pipe-borne water. You see, these are some of the issues, these are some of the concerns, these are some of the questions which you need to pose to those candidates when they come by your gate soliciting your vote. How can you help me as a citizen? How can you help me as a constituent? What are your plans to deal with the crime situation in the country? What are your plans to remove garbage on a timely basis from the various communities? What are your plans? What about infrastructure? Look, let me tell you something. I've been coming to this studio for the longest while, each morning. And the main road of Couva is one of the most deplorable main roads in the country. This is a main road, a main artery. And I would imagine in other areas, deplorable roads. What is the government plan? What is the UNC plan to rehabilitate? These are the questions which you need to ask those people who are coming to beg for your vote. Don't follow people blindly. This is 2020. 2020. You vote and let me tell you something, people. Paving a road, installing street lights, building a drain, they're not doing you any favors, you know. That's not a favor they're doing you, you know. That is your right. That is why you pay taxes. They have to manage the system. Let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Good morning.
I was apparently like we on our calling people calling here.
Mm-hmm.
We have to get a handbook apparently and hand these candidates. Because apparently like most of them, like I don't know wage representation, I don't know. I thinking that if a new candidate will be placed, right? I the incoming candidate try as best as possible to meet with my old candidate to find out what projects he did. Because we need to look at that, what projects he attempted to do, what he got through it. So I could continue.
Hold on. Yeah. As an example, I spoke to Clarence Rambarat this week. I also spoke to Vandana Mohit this week.
Yeah.
Vandana Mohit was or is the mayor of the Borough Corporation of Shogunas.
Yeah.
And they both of them told me that they were appalled about the lack of a regular, they were appalled. They were shocked that there was so much garbage lining the streets. Yeah, there was so much garbage lining the streets of Lange Park. They were shocked, and I'm sure that reports would have been made to the relevant offices. You shocked. This is your level of representation. Go ahead.
Well, Mr. Kenaka, what I will say to that now is that if they are shocked about that, maybe the system, it must have a present system in place. Either the people not doing the work or the system not working.
Mm-hmm.
So you are the one now to come up with a recommendation and suggestion of how we're going to improve that. We expect to come up with that, but you are the one seeking representation.
Mm-hmm.
Then another thing, that is another thing too now. What I want to hear you say that in your first 6 months or first 1 year of office, right? Every candidate should spend, you wouldn't have time to meet anybody right now. But every candidate, I want to suggest, should have a database that constituency in the first year of office. So by the end of the first year in office, I have an idea of my whole constituency. Maybe 6 months. 6 months should be enough, depending on the Prime Minister. So by the end of 6 months in office, I should have an idea of my whole constituency, how many people over and the age of disability, and have a complete data of my whole constituency. So from there now, I can afford. From there now, I'll be able, with that data, I'll be able to service my constituency because I know what I'm dealing with. But if I don't know what I'm dealing with, how am I going to service the people?
Mm-hmm.
Because water and road and things, I don't, that part I find that normal procedures of the government services, which should be expanded over the 5 years of how you're distributing funds and the road repair over the 41 constituency. Because by 41 constituency, you have a deal in our budget. So the minister was supposed to be able to indicate to me, well, we could do 2 roads in Moruga this year, first budget. There might 5 budgets reading till the end of the 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the kind of approach I looking at from our MP and people. So maybe we have to develop a handbook for them because we have the suggestion and they just getting the privilege to go in the office and serve to try to serve us. So maybe we have to develop a handbook, Mr. Ken. I feel like best thing to do, you know. We don't decide at this point in time criticism is over. We want to see action.
Well, I hear you, my friend. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Yeah, Ken, good morning again.
Good morning, Bank Village.
You know, I remember a gentleman made a statement, and the statement he made, right, in when Manning time in 2000, he tell the people that when he went in the how it name in the West, people slamming the door on the face, closing the gate, and telling them about Joe Halloran, and Privat, and all them same corruption. Today, I will tell the people close your gate, slam your door, and tell Keith Rowley and the PNM about Rohan Sinanan and
No, my friend. I won't encourage that. I will not encourage that. You cannot be pointing fingers or making certain claims and not look at what would have transpired under the watch of the People's Partnership. We need to be fair. They too would have been guilty of not delivering on promises. Let's take another call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Tabakit. Yes, no. Mr. Clarksonby. Mr. Clarksonby. Good morning. Good morning.
Yes. All right. I see you're trying to raise those candidates and nobody responding.
Mm-hmm. But probably they had a hectic day yesterday. They're still sleeping.
Man, they're still sleeping?
Mm-hmm.
I believe the whites want to let them come outside.
Mm-hmm.
Because the heat could be good.
Mm-hmm.
You see, now this definitely make up my mind not to vote for UNC. You calling these people, get free airtime. And they mumu? What's wrong with them? You see now, if I had that 2x4 club, I would have find out where they live and I'd have bring them to the station bodily. Thank you.
No, and this is why if these candidates are let's say challenged in being visible around this time, can you imagine if they win and they get into office, what will happen, my friends? What will happen? Anyway, let's leave it there for the hour. We go into some commercials, and when we come back, we'll continue with our discussion right here, 975 FM, Hot Like Pepper. Okay, let me take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Mr. Kenwood,
Good morning, Kimoti.
you're campaigning all the wrong way, so the people will get tired. Always.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Yes, Kenrick.
Good morning, sir.
I know the UNC neglected their areas,
Mm-hmm.
right? They did neglect their areas to go and fix road, and they go Martin and East-West corridor,
Mhm.
good road. But I hope most likely they will get back in power this time,
Mhm.
and they're going to concentrate on the central south area because they have, as you say, the Couva Main Road, I call them Couva here. I mean, from Isaac Junction to Savanetta Junction and beyond, it is really bad. That 3-mile stretch of road and coming to the Roystonia Phase 2 area, I mean, it has some craters. I can't say pothole.
Mm-hmm.
Some huge craters.
Oh, you're talking from the traffic light to get into Roystonia there, yes?
Traffic light,
Yeah.
Down by, all right, it had a bias advertised for the all day.
And even from the traffic light, getting onto the Couva Main Road on that, how would you call that road, boy? The Camden Road there.
Ali Bay Road.
Yeah.
And
It's
there is
horrible.
There is a shortcut to go down into the Point Resource Industrial Estate. That's past the Chin Supermarket and
Mhm.
Pussy Barons there. I mean, I use that road. And that road is terrible. I see yesterday, somebody put some crusher on in it.
So the
And they
question...
stamp it, and that's it. It's
So-
going to dig out in about 2 weeks' time.
No, so the question begs to be asked. What are the plans to deal with quote-unquote rural neglect? What are the plans to rehabilitate these roads in rural Trinidad?
I dare say much about it, but with the UNC, you stand a chance. With the PNM, you stand no chance. They only for the East-West corridor.
No, but remember, Rohan Sinanan, some time back, I think it was about 6 or 5 months ago, talked about a rehabilitation program. What has happened to that?
Yeah, that just talk, right? the UNC does fix roads in Central and South Trinidad, and we desperately need it. When I say pass up the Tabaquite Road, going to Rio Claro and so on, the Naparima Mayaro.
No, well, I traverse that road on a regular basis. That is the Naparima Mayaro Road, even the Manahamri Road, getting into Princestown and into Mayaro and so on. And I would have said on this very same program that road, the Naparima Mayaro Road, is the worst road in the country.
No, but you must go to the Tabaquite. You see by around my Harry water park going up there,
Mhm.
and that thing those roads are despicable, right? Even the Grand Couva Road, they paved up to a certain point when UNC was there, by the old gas station, and from the rest passing La Vega going up there, it's terrible. And you won't believe how much people travel that road, going to work and from work at night. I couldn't believe it. A couple of years I passed through there at night, and the road was extremely busy. Right, that's what people need in this country. We need to feel safe, to kill out the criminals, and because we fed up at them. We really fed up at them. Right? We need proper health system, roads and water, and then we could take it from there. Right? As I said, with the UNC, you might stand a chance. With the PNM, there's no chance.
Okay,
None.
my friend. All right. Well, thank you very much for your contribution here with us this morning. As we move on with our conversation, let's take another caller on the line. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Yeah, Kevin. I want to make two little points. The first one is that the fellow who just called you there, tell him don't worry. If you still listen, tell him don't worry. Just put Rajendra, Rampasad in power, and you go get the road fixed. And PNM will be back in power. The next thing is that I see Munira is suing Kitro only. I don't want to sue Kitro. I want to sue the Guardian and Basant who do that reporting. And then after you could go by Rowley, the first two things you have to sue two of them. Maybe see where you go reach from this. Don't sue Rowley for talking, the guy from the papers. And I can't understand that Larry Sami doing more work on this man. I just can't understand that. And he is the member of parliament. And how Larry Sami could do more work on him. And he wants to sue Keith Rowley. That's all the work he's doing. Telling to sue who this and sue who that. But look, tell me he'll not get on with the work later.
All right, Trevor. Thank you very much for your contribution here with me this morning. Folks, we need to take a commercial break at this time. It's just about 21 minutes here to the hour of 9 o'clock. And note that at the top of the hour, you can join the Bees Hi-Fi, who will take you until the hour of 12 noon today with his version of Mid-Morning and You. Stay with us, 975.
Are you tired of aches and pains in your joints and back area? Well, your relief is here with Ridopain Liniment. Ridopain Liniment gets rid of fibrositis, strains, sprained ligaments, stiffness, and all your arthritic and muscular pains. It is also excellent for sport injuries. Try Ridopain Liniment today. It really works. Available at Bartlett Drugs and all leading pharmacies nationwide.
KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia, for all your plumbing and electrical supplies, water heaters, filters, and water pumps, plus all parts for Gould, Pentax, and Leo pumps. Choose from leading brands such as Cooper, Varma, BTCino, Leviton, and General Electric. Call 665-6954 for more information. KY's Electrical Supplies Limited of Southern Main Road, Canupia.
The following is a paid political announcement.
This ad brought to you by the PNM.
PNM is a PNM power. PNM, a positive healing power. PNM, moving forward together. PNM, introducing Rishi, my brother.
All of we is one family. All of we is one family. Working together to build this country. When the world was breaking, everyone agreed. When the world was breaking, be happy it was seen. And that is why we voted for our country.
On August 10th, vote PNM. Great is the PNM.
That was a paid political announcement.
I have journeyed.
Greeted in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Bishop Kelvin Khan from Endurance Ministry International. Our new location is in Railway Road, Londonville. You can tune into 97.5 every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. till 8. Tell your nanny and your nana, Jesus is the answer.
It's Yummy Tummy Time with Ermi. Join me Mondays to Fridays at 9:30 a.m. and get tasty and exciting recipes. Learn to create dishes and much more right here on U97.5 Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio. Yummy Tummy with Ermi.
This is Samaru Ramru inviting you on a journey down memory lane with enchanting songs on the program Nightline. Mondays to Thursdays, 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Let your heart sing along with the music on U975 FM, Hot Like Pepper Multicultural Radio.
Yes, indeed, and welcome back to 975 FM Hot Like Pepper. We're moving up to the hour of 9 o'clock, just about 18 minutes here to the hour of 9. Let's take some callers on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 975. Good morning.
Yes, sir, me again.
Yeah, good morning, friend.
You know, you call them people. You're hearing from them. I think somebody should call the opposition leader.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Brian Biggs?
Mm-hmm.
He even called today?
No, not as yet.
Oh, you see, all these things are showing something now and they're trying to spike the radio station or
No. It's just that probably they probably, let me make an excuse for them. They're probably too busy this morning to talk to any one of us, and they probably had a very hectic day yesterday in canvassing and campaigning and so on. So nothing is wrong with that.
if this is how you can answer telephone and you know a politician, they love publicity and they cannot answer the phone. That if it this they're doing the radio station, what are they going to do we?
All right, my friend, I hear you. No, and let me state emphatically, and I'm making no excuse for this. Some of the candidates being offered to you, the electorate, and I'm talking from both the People's National Movement and the United National Congress, they are quite challenged in even communicating. As I said, some of them are poor public speakers. So what, in essence, they do is that they ask the leadership of the party, the front runners of the party, to speak on their behalf, to campaign for them, to be their mouthpiece, so to speak. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning. Good morning, Brian.
Good morning, Kendrick.
Yo, but that's a fact. That's true. That is true. Hence the reason why they have to whip up support with their political leaders to go in various jurisdictions, in various constituencies, because they themselves cannot relate to the audience. Proper communication skills. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, I don't fully share that view, but...
Well, I don't expect you to.
But that's all right. I mean, yesterday we had a massive turnout in St. Joseph. As Mr. Hunt.
All right, hold on right there. Instead of going on that road, Brian, tell us this morning, when is the United National Congress going to release its manifesto?
Very soon.
Well, you tell me very soon. We have about just, 18 days again for election, you know.
Well, what are you worried about?
I am very worried, my friend. I am very worried.
So, the United National Congress, through its political leader with virtual meetings, have been releasing the UNC's plan, especially our economic plan. That is going to be a part of the manifesto of the United National Congress.
All right, well, I hear you there, Brian, and I don't want to give you that oxygen. We'll talk about that at another time. But you can call us this morning at 636-7547, 227-5739. Yeah, that question was raised with me this morning as to the party's manifesto. But you see, a manifesto is just that, you know, a document. Stating to you, the electorate, how these political parties, if they get into office, what are their plans, what are some of their projects they would want to see. But to me, the document itself does not carry much weight. I say that to you because most of what is outlined in the document, that is in the manifesto, you know, it is far-reaching, of course, far-reaching. Sometimes it is a pie. It's a pie in the sky. And that's my opinion. Who vex laws? As we move on with our conversation, let's take this call on the line. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. All right, I'm sorry to miss your call. You need to call us back. 636-7547, 227-5739. Well, as I look out of our studio here in Couva in central Trinidad, I can tell you it's a bit gloomy this morning. And the Met Office did indicate that we can expect some showers today. So if you do have to venture outside, people, yes, walk with an umbrella. Eh? Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Morning, Eric.
Good morning, sir.
I have an outcome of the election. It's a good news and bad news.
Well, what's the good news, boy?
The bad news is that PNM going to lose 3 seats.
PNM going to lose 3 seats. What are the 3 seats?
Aruba Tableland,
Mm-hmm.
Okata Talparo,
Mm-hmm.
and Tobago East.
Okay.
The bad news is they're going to take point up here because of the situation. So I'm looking 21-19-1.
21-19-1.
Yep.
I'm writing this down, 21-19-1. The one seat you're talking about here is Tobago East, Watson Duke, yeah?
That's right. That's right.
And you have looked in your crystal ball and say that the PNM would win the point of your seat. On what basis you are making such a pronouncement?
David Abdullah is going to take some votes from David Lee.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sufficient enough for the PNM with their regular amount to get by. David Abdullah going to help out the PNM unwittingly.
All right. So in essence, you are saying the Petrotrin debacle, the shutting down of the Petrotrin, would have dire consequences on the People's National Movement and by extension the UNC? Is that what you say?
PNM going to win this seat because it's going to split.
Mm-hmm.
The UNC both will be taken away. That ploy that PNM came with last minute there where they even back in place of Petrotrin and all that. Yeah, that's going to pull back some.
But you see, let me tell you something, eh? The promises coming especially from the mouth of politicians are comfort for fools,
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's just to entice you, encourage you to vote in a particular manner.
Of course. In retrospect, when we look back, we should know that by now.
And that's why I asked the population this morning, are we that gullible? Man, this is 2020, not the 1960s or the 1970s.
I agree, but it will surprise you, it will shock you, the result. They're going to get carried away with the wheel or the excitement and go back again to the old habit. It shouldn't happen, but it would.
So, La Hokita Talparo, is it because of Jack Warner?
Like Jolene, man. Jolene on the ground there, a powerful candidate, man. Powerful. That's much force for the Cummings, man. He can't know that.
All right.
Gypsy is going to fall to UNC as well.
Okay, so you see 21-19-1.
That's right.
That sounds like a play mark, boy.
You tip me off, I got to try a thing then.
All right, thanks very much for your thoughts with me this morning. We're moving up to the hour of 9. Yeah, one of our callers there looked into his crystal ball and is stating 21-19-1. What are your views? What are your thoughts? Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Well, it's the same number you gave.
Uh-huh.
But I don't see, to be honest, David Abdullah doing much problem for the United National Congress. David Abdullah sat down there and allowed what happened to Petrotrin to happen.
Mm-hmm.
This is a man who was with a union who became very, how can I say, lukewarm when everything was happening with Petrotrin. This is the same union who dragged a mannequin but did not really do that with Dr. Rowley. This is the same union who protested literally in front of the office of the Prime Minister during the People's Partnership, walked, marched up and down. But when it was for Petrotrin to be saved, all they did when they went in front of the office of the Prime Minister, they went on their knees and said, Lord, we're praying.
All right, let's be with you, Brian. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Good morning, Ken.
Hi, good morning, Chris. You're getting late, boy.
Yeah, boy. I feel Mr. Bissessa should withdraw from looking nobody, withdraw her candidate, and leave Jack Warner to deal with them, because I see Jack Warner bringing that season.
Yeah, but then if Jack Warner if you are making such a proposal, or what would be the situation if Jack Warner wins bargaining power?
Yeah, Jack will get a seat to UNC. Jack can win PNM.
Mm-hmm.
The same as Watson Duke take Tobago East. PNM can't get a seat.
Yeah, but Watson Duke...
When Dr. Audi gone to Tobago and talking about Duke is a UNC agent, he say that because he knows that Duke's campaign is about squandermania by the PNM in the THA. So he's not going to give the PNM no seat.
Note, and note that Watson Duke would have said sometime this week that any brokering of any deal, he wants to be Prime Minister.
But Ugo, you know Duke mouth. You know Duke mouth. He had to be Prime Minister, I think, but the point is he's not going to give PNM that seat. And he can't win. He don't go in the parliament just by himself. He wants to have some bargaining power.
All right, Chris, 17, 18 days before a general election. Look in your crystal ball. Tell me, what do you see?
I see UNC winning election.
You see UNC winning election. No, I'm holding on to you fellas after August 10th.
La Hocketa Talparo going UNC. Lopino Benne going with Jack. And Tobago East going with Duke. 18 and 3 so much.
Well, one of my callers this morning said 21-19-1.
Yeah, 21. And I wouldn't be surprised if Naked bringing the seat.
That is Tonopuna, yes?
So I see UNC on a clear victory from 21-22 seats.
All right, my friend. All right, well, we'll continue to look at the situation, yes? All right, thank you very much. Yeah. Hello, good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Hi, good morning.
And good morning,
I called your radio station now about 7 months ago.
Uh-huh.
And I tell you about a pole light, street lights in front of my house. And every time I call TNT, every time, they keep on telling me somebody come and fix it. Up to now, the light haven't fixed yet. And the election coming up now. They come, they talk in front of my house. I tell them about the light again. Up to now, nobody fixed the light. The light is just there.
All right, remind me, where is this?
Flanagan Town.
Say that?
Flanagan Town.
Flanagan Town. Yeah. What, you have a number of the light pole?
303.
303. It's Flanagan, right? Flanagan Town, yes?
Yeah.
And you would have made certain requests or complaints to TNTEC?
To TNTEC.
And they have not addressed the situation?
And PNM and UNC candidate come. They walk around. I tell them about it again. And nobody do nothing.
And what constituency is this?
I tell them Tabakit.
Tabakit, okay. All right, that is Anita Haynes of the UNC and Michael Seals of the People's National Movement.
And one more thing again. People saying that UNC will win election. It's not UNC, because if you really watch what's going on, it's PNM winning back that election. And after PNM win, everything is going up. Everything.
But what would make you make such a pronouncement that the PNM would win the election?
I watch what's going on the ground. I listen to the people, what they're saying. And the people, I'm calling for Porterspin. And the people, they don't want UNC. They say UNC cannot do nothing for them. Everybody is PNM. Everybody. So it's hard. It's real hard.
Oh, okay. So in essence, according to you, talk on the ground is that the People's National Movement will win the election.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we just have it's a very close call, eh? Hello. Good morning. Welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Tell them they need to call 800 for RIC, Regulated Industries Commission, and they get this TNTEC thing sorted out. And she must know that Porterspin will never say any other party win the election except PNM. So if she's taking that as a barometer, waste her time.
All
Thanks.
Right. Well, Chris, just to respond to you, I would have called, I had a similar problem, and I would have called the Regulated Industries Commission to address it. I would have even alerted TNTEC to the situation, and this was over about 3 years ago, and they did not address it for about 5 or 6 months. It took a friend of mine, who I would have played cricket with, to address the issue. Hello, good morning, and welcome to 97.5. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Kenrick.
Good morning, sir.
Can I have a number that I can get back to you other than this morning?
Yeah, you can call me at 731-4382.
731-4282.
No, 4382.
Thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for your contribution with us this morning. Well, folks, on that note, it's about 5 minutes here to the hour of 9 o'clock. where we bring the curtain down on today's edition of the morning program. You can join me again tomorrow just after the 6 o'clock hour, where we'll do this all over again. I am Kenrick Juggernaut, wishing you a safe and a productive day. Up next is the Bees Hi-Fi. We'll be taking you until the hour of 12 noon. But before I go, I want to leave you with this selection.
Cypher. And how about that round of
election had so much fun. I am one who's sorry it done